So you may remember the previous video I made to show off my Settlers of Catan Starcraft 2 map. This is a follow-up video to show you what changes I've made since I released that video and how the game has gotten better overall. It's still not done, but I've made a lot of good improvements that I think you're all going to really like. So why don't we get into the game and see what they're like. So here we are in game, and as you can see, the biggest change is the UI. This is much closer to the UI the player is actually going to be using when they play. Up here we have a game rules button. It currently does nothing, but in the final version obviously it'll give you all of the game rules in case you don't have a lot of experience with Catan. Then up here we've got the victory points display and the roll dice button and end turn button. The victory points are colored so that you can see who on the board has a certain number of victory points. In the final version, hopefully we'll be able to link a person's battle.net name with their victory points, but in case we can't do that, this still allows you to see which players you're trying to go against, which you're trying to side with at any given time, stuff like that, pretty easily. So then roll dice still just rolls the dice. And end turn would end your turn. So then over here we have the resources, and these resources are all Catan themed, but it seems in our final version it's now going to be Starcraft themed. That's what we're going to go with. So these images are going to be adjusted to be more Starcrafty, and obviously these aren't final images. They're just placeholder images so that I could get an idea of what things were going to look like. Then you've got all your development cards right here. Still shows you exactly what they do. And whenever you purchase a development card, it highlights to show that you can use it. There's currently no display to tell you how many copies you have of any given development card, but I'm going to be implementing that as one of the next features. So then we have the Trade Resources button, which opens the dialogue, which I'll go over in a second. And then we have the Building button, or the building buttons for like building a road, a settlement, a city, or purchasing a development card. As you can see, the costs are right next to them like they are in the actual game, and it's laid out like the card that tells you how much everything costs from the physical game. The idea here was to replicate the board game experience. So in the actual version, it's going to have like a background graphic that makes it look like one of those cards. So why don't I show you a little bit of it actually working. So just like last time, settlement costs are disabled to make showing off the different features much easier, but obviously in the final version they won't be. So I'm going to place some settlements around over here or over here. And in this version I don't have control over the other players, but we're not going to worry about them for now. So first I'm going to roll some dice. Okay, I've got a lot of brick, but I don't have any ore and I don't have any wood. So why don't I show off the new trading dialogue? So as you can see, the trade to players dialogue is exactly the same, but the trade to bank / ports dialogue is hugely improved. So this is what you're going to be giving, and this is what you're going to be receiving. And it has your number for what your trading ratio is right here in the middle. So it's very clear how it's going to work. And right now I can't actually do this trade because this is brick for brick, and I can't trade brick for brick. That doesn't work. But if I shift it over to, if I change what I'm trading for sheep, now I can do it. So if I accept the trade, you'll see my brick will go down and my sheep will go up. Perfect. And now, if I were to use up all my brick trading for sheep, this button grays out once I've used up all my brick. So now I can't make trades with brick anymore. I can make trades with sheep, but obviously not for more sheep. What if I wanted that brick back? Obviously that wasn't a smart move on my part, but you get the point. The trading is much more effective now, and on top of that, it also got past a problem that I realized I had with the previous version where it actually wasn't doing the trades correctly. So one of the other things that I changed, and I don't know if anyone noticed this in the previous version, but there was a problem where whenever I would draw a development card, it would actually draw 2 development cards often. So now I fixed that. Why don't I gather some resources? Still not getting any ore, which I need, so I'll trade some brick for some ore. Perfect. And now I'll purchase a development card. And boom, I only got one. So, awesome. So now I can also use my development card to gain a victory point. And as you can see, my victory points are up here. Perfect. And then if I had another development card, so let's trade some wood in for another ore. Now I have road building. So I'm going to close this, and I'm going to use road building. And I am going to build from here and from here. So as you can see, all the development cards still work. All of the original gameplay functionality that I showed you guys last time is still in place. What I'm doing right now is polishing up all of the little stuff, like getting everything where I want it to be in the final UI. Making sure that all of the little features work, such as what I mentioned earlier about making sure the game rules thing opens. I'm getting all of the little polish features done, and then once I get all of those done, I'm going to finish integrating the turn system so that I can actually play online with someone. And then me and one of the people I'm working with on the project, Dangasm, are going to start testing it together. And once we do that, hopefully we'll be able to start releasing to the public very soon. I don't know how soon we're going to actually have a version to release, but I don't think it'll be more than a week or so. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments down below, and thanks for watching.